Hey guys, it's kpop here. God, I've wanted to do that intro for years. Hey guys, I have a car now, if you can't tell. This is my card. It's a car. Now, if you don't recognize this setup, it's the car K-pop boys. You know, Matt, Bryson, Hamza, the other guys. I've always wanted to film a video in a car. How does he do the setup? Does he have like a camera like stuck to his dashboard, or what does he do? Does he put it like hanging from the windscreen? This is the best I could do, and all you can see is like part of my face. I have to like move over here so I can actually talk. Anyway, today what I wanted to talk about is some of my favorite albums of the year. Is there a better way to do this? Maybe if I like slightly angle the phone like that. That better? Pretty much. So yes, I wanted to talk about my favourite albums of this year so far. These are K-pop albums, mainly. I'm also going to throw in a couple other albums. First and foremost, though, I want to shout out a couple albums that have come out very, very recently that count as like the second half of this year, because I'm just doing like the first half, so up until July the 1st or June the 30th or whatever. So sorry, Baekhyun, you do not count. I'm sorry, it's a really, really good mini album. I'm loving it at the moment, but it doesn't count. So yeah, let's start off with Chen's April and a Flower, which is a lovely, lovely pop ballad album with some stunning vocals, some fantastic instrumentals, and it has grown on me so much since I first listened to it. When I first listened to it, I didn't think there was going to be much replay value. I thought it might be a little bit dull once you know, had to listen to it like, 10 times or whatever, but it is the perfect ambient study music. It's such a lovely, lovely tune. Such a good album. Really, really have enjoyed it. Got loads and loads of playtime from it. The next album I want to mention is, just to get it out of the way, because somebody will put it in the comments like straight away, yes, BTS Persona was brilliant. I know it had a bit of a mixed reception amongst BTS fans, but I personally really, really liked it. I thought the mixture of instrumentals was superb. Thought the production was like a big step up from Love Yourself. That whole era, the production was a big step up. The vocal combinations, but I have to highlight the rap line as the reason I really, really like the album. Thought they stepped up in style and they didn't overblow their verses like they sometimes did during the Love Yourself era. But yeah, I feel like I've said a lot about those two albums in past videos. So let's move on to some albums that maybe but people haven't, listened to quite so much. So for one, Stray Kids, Clay One, Mirror. Really fantastic, high energy, intense electronic sounds, great rap verses, some really, really superb moments on that album. Now, there are some lower quality parts and pieces that I'm not so keen on, but in general, the high quality production, the great rap verses hold together a pretty cohesive mini album, even though there are some vocal layerings and some pieces of production that I'm personally not keen on. It's all done really, really well. It's Twice. It's Fancy You. Was that the title of the album? Fancy You? Yeah, anyway, the Twice album was fantastic, wasn't it? Production was pretty, pink, enjoyable, but with a nice blend of rock and pop, slightly more experimental than past projects they've done. That's been my big criticism of Twice over the years, is that they just don't try different things, or they're not allowed to try different things by JYP. This album allowed them to be a bit more mature, stray away from that bubblegum pop that they've often gone for, getting away from that whole sound and trying something a little bit different. Their Japanese releases as well have hit the ball out of the park. Breakthrough is one of my favorite songs of the year. The amount of times I've listened to that, the amount of times I've had it like thundering through my floorboards and had people go, Dylan, could you turn that down? I like it, but could you turn it down? Lee High's project, God, not 19 degrees, 20 degrees, 21 degrees, 24 degrees. I can tell you right now that album was more like 100 degrees, because it was hot. That doesn't make sense, does it? No, it was good. It was really good. High quality production, intense lyrics, blending with those more sort of angelic vocals that you get from Lee High, but she's very good at mixing in that typical pop attitude you expect from someone like that. Don't know why I'm clicking. I know I'm not really explaining my reasons in depth as to why I love these albums. It's because I decided to do this without a script, because I don't really have time to write a script at the moment. I'm working on a short film and I'm writing scripts for that, so I prefer on my days off not to be writing scripts. Anyway, the Lehigh album was so good. I enjoyed it so much, and I'm so looking forward to more projects from her because she is such high potential. YG, obviously the company is going through some shit at the moment, but I really hope that Lehigh is able to escape from it and release some projects that I really like the most recent one. And I feel like this one sort of goes without saying if you've been on my channel or on my Twitter for any period of time, but Epic High, Sleepless In is just amazing. For me, so far, it's been the best album of the year across the board. The just mellow, emotional intensity of that album is incredible. The lyricism, the production, the simplicity of it all, combined with those incredible technical moments, are just incredible. The features on this are perfect. Sleepless in Soul, just, oh, it's so smooth, so smooth. So, like, picture a perfectly sanded bench, and then it's got a lovely layer of gloss glazing over the top, and you're running your hand along it and there's no splinters. That's how I would describe this album. It's smooth, but it's got its nice little indents in it, and it feels raw. So good. So good. People do not give Epic High enough respect, and that's one of my biggest pains in life, that people do not give Epic High respect. They are absolute legends of the industry, and they have dropped 2 killer albums in the space of these past 3 years, and still people don't talk about them. Listen to Love Drunk, listen to Soul. Oh, you will fall in love with that album, seriously. And that's about it for the K-pop albums I want to mention. That this year has been a good year for K-pop. I'm not gonna lie, there's been a lot of good Korean releases this year in the hip-hop sphere, in the general pop sphere. There's been a lot of good projects, and I'm sorry I can't name them all. I do have a time limit today. I gotta do other things, but I've really enjoyed this year. So in terms of other projects from across all genres, I highly suggest GoldLink's latest album. I think it's Dysphoria. Intense production, amazing features, and just one of the best rappers around at the moment. Lil Sim's Grey Area, such an underrated project. Well, not underrated. Not enough people have heard of it. Like, it got really good reviews, and I've loved it, but not enough people have really listened to it. Slow Tie blew me out of the water with Nothing Great About Britain. Again, this is another British artist. A lot of British artists have had good years this year. Slow Tie, Nothing Great About Britain. He's been building up with some phenomenal EPs like Runt. Oh, he's so fantastic. Real archetypal British punk artist, but it has obviously grown up on the rap industry, and he's just phenomenal. Great music maker, great lyricist, intense political lyrics, but also with a really brilliant sense of humor. So good. Now, he hasn't dropped a project really this year, but Stormzy's had a great year. I really like Vossi Bop. Crown's another really good song. Digging it, really digging the whole vibe he's going for at the moment. I know Dreamville have just dropped a project, and I'm looking forward to listening to that properly. It hasn't been an amazing year for rap albums, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we need something to shake it up. Oh, of course, Tyler the Creator dropped Igor, which is just amazing. It's not really a rap album, it's sort of an everything album. There's so many different influences on that. I'm not even sure what you would pin it under. I guess hip-hop would be the overarching sound, but there's so many different influences. You know, there's pop, electronic, rock. There's more sort of lo-fi aspects to it. Oh, it's actually a phenomenal album. I can't believe that sort of slipped my mind. Tabby, he released Recorded in My Car. Well, I mean, I'm recording in my car. No, his EP was amazing. Highly suggest that. Production was just different. You don't really hear production like that in any mainstream albums. It's done really well. I think it's by a guy called Dylan, in fact, so that's cool. Be sure to get in touch with him when I release my EP. Trying to think, is there any other album I've just had on repeat for the past, 6 months or so? Oh yeah, the bloody Kevin Abstract album. Only one of my favourite projects of the year that I've probably listened to 40,000 times. Arizona Baby. Yeah, another highlight of the year. Anderson .Paak with yet another amazing album with Ventura after Oxnard last year. Jesus Christ, that guy is one of the most talented people in the industry. I swear to God, if he isn't a legend in 10 years, you can kick me to death. No, please don't do that. No, Anderson .Paak's amazing though, and I cannot say enough of that Kevin Abstract album. And yeah, that's pretty much all I really want to say. Thank you for watching. Apologies, this had no script. I'm just gonna get my opinions off my chest. Those are some good albums. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've been recording this with my phone. It's really good quality. I hope it's like not awkward at all. Do I look cool? I haven't really been looking into the camera lens. I've just sort of been looking at the phone screen. Oopsie daisies. Anyway, this is Matt from kpop signing off. I'll see you all soon. Follow me on Twitter for more of this beautiful face, yeah? And Instagram. Actually, Instagram will probably be better because that's where I post photos. I mean, I never post photos there, but you know what I mean.